Alrighty then. The match has finally started. Incredible. Wait a second, no! Oh no! Are we going to see rogue plays? Yep. I'm pretty sure both of the players decided to go rogue. Both Cookie and ozRaved are playing rogue, so this is rather interesting to say the least. ozRaved already entered Oasis, while Zhengapchenke is trying to enter it. There we go. Cookie is now also in the Oasis. Takes Boiling Veins over extra feet though. ozRaved does actually take the extra feet and doesn't go for the defense, but Boiling Veins is actually very good on Rogue as well. Because of all the explosions, it makes it a bit safer to play on Rogue. But then again, it is their problem that they're Rogue. However, the extra feet on ozRaved's side is gonna help him for sure. Ooh, ozRaved had some little issues on Big Dog, but he will be finishing it pretty soon. Was kind of wonky for a bit, but now it's fine. Also, we can take a moment to appreciate that Fish Freak, well, not Fish Freak, Deep Loop Freak skin on ozRaved's Rogue, which honestly looks pretty sick. Gets Recycle Gland, which is also pretty nice. I didn't see what were the other mutations, but Recycle Gland is definitely gonna help him a lot if he finds actual good weapons. And for now, it's gonna help for his little puny Rogue Rifle. Oh yeah, everything in that pick was garbage. Recycle Gland was definitely, most certainly the best pick there. It's gonna help him right now, and it's the best mutation you can pick, but it could also help him a lot in future as well. If you find something like a minigun, oh, if they find something like a minigun, they're gonna be going very fast. ozRaved is already on Frozen City, while Cookie is clearing out. Oh, and Cookie is now also in Frozen City. Let's see what that weapon chest has. Sledgehammer, okay. I guess we aren't seeing any minigun plays yet. Oh, he actually takes the Sledgehammer, which is pretty fair, to be honest. It's not that bad of a pick. It could come in handy. Takes Boiling Veins instead of Stress. Which again, it's kind of justified, because he is Rogue after all, and all of those explosions can bring some issues. But then again, he doesn't have that much damage output right now, considering his weapons. And no scarier face as well. So I think Stress might have honestly been better. And yeah, Cookie does take Stress. Because Cookie did take Boiling Veins earlier. So they could actually take Stress right now. ozRaved is already in the vault. Let's see if he's going to take... Okay. He's taking the Crown of Curses. We are finally actually managing to see some players take Crown of Curses. Which is really weird to say, because you would think that every player on a speedrun tournament would automatically take Crown of Curses, but a lot of people so far have been skipping them for some reason. Probably being uncomfortable with the curse, but then again, it's mostly just an upgrade to your run, considering that you can get such amazing weapons with it, and the curse doesn't really do anything that bad. Ooh, but ozRaved reflects a bullet off of a shield and catches it, therefore dying. So now Cookie is actually far ahead of him. Already about to start killing Little Hunter. While ozRaved has to clear everything out again. And fails to get into Oasis right now. So that's gonna be tough for him to come back from. Cookie gets to the Little Hunter fight. That golden that golden tank was making it very awkward. Ooh. Cookie gets himself in a very scary situation right now. Just playing very awkwardly and doing some sloppy plays, but surviving thus far? Very dangerous plays right now from Cookie, but he actually manages to kill Little Hunter, so he should be fine now. But that was very scary for sure. Okay, ozRaved is now on the Impossible Boss, while Cookie is clearing out 5-3. About to get into labs. Though I do think Cookie actually left some enemies up there. Yep, he did. so he will have to backtrack to kill them. Unfortunately, he will spend a lot of time doing that. But considering how huge of a lead he has right now, it shouldn't be that bad, especially considering that it's a throne run. And catching up in a throne run is not that easy. Especially considering that they're playing the same characters as well. Takes impact risks, which is honestly fair. There wasn't anything that good in that pick anyway. The second best thing he could have gotten is probably second muscle, which is not very useful at this point. And impact risks are gonna make clearing out labs way easier, as we can see. Oh, gets himself into a corner though with some sloppy plays again. Just playing very risky, I would say. I almost want to say playing very dirty and sloppy. But it feels like he's just rushing too much. It's not that he's just playing... It's not really that he is playing badly, but he is trying to rush too much. That's why I think stream sniping is honestly pretty important, because you always can see whether you need to rush or you actually have some spare time. Ends up not taking the super splinter gun? I mean, he does have stress, so the super splinter gun would honestly be pretty good. But he decides to not take it. Takes the last wish just for that health and ammo, which is honestly fair. The laser brain could have gotten very useful for him right now, but taking that safety pick is also completely justified. Ooh, but takes on a full ball into the face. So now he's on 3 HP again. One hit and he's dead. One hit from any enemy in this level, in fact. Actually, Expo Guardians do 2 damage, so he could survive one shot of an Expo Guardian. But otherwise, he's a glass cannon right now. That rogue rifle is just not really cutting it right now, I would say. It's clearing out the palace with nothing but a rogue rifle. Ooh, but the dog just jumps on him and he dies just like that. He lives into the menu. And ozRaved now just has to beat Cookie's distance, which he could honestly do. He has a whopping 5 minutes to get into palace. Well, actually, he just needs to get to throne right now. Because Cookie did get to 7-2, so to beat Cookie right now, ozRaved just needs to get to the throne fight. He doesn't even need to beat it. Just carefully clearing Frozen City right now. Though, does he really even have time to clear it out carefully? That is the real question. Would the 4 minutes right now be enough for him to get into the throne fight? In theory, yes. On practice, perhaps? We'll just have to see. Finds a toxic bow in the chest. Not very useful at all. I do think, however, that this is the Little Hunter level, if I'm not mistaken. Ooh, yes, the Super Splinter Gun, and does pick it up. Yep. That is the Super Splinter Gun that Cookie actually did not take. And I would honestly go as far as to say that Cookie may have lost that just because he didn't pick the Super Splinter Gun. Because all he had for the powers is just a regular just a regular Splinter Pistol and his Rogue Rifle. And Rogue Rifle at that point was honestly just garbage. He also did skip the Grenade Launcher. Or Grenade Rifle. Wait, it's a Grenade Shotgun, yeah. Cookie also did skip the Grenade Shotgun, I'm pretty sure. And that's what also cost him the run. It's mostly just a lot of mistakes, a lot of rushing, a lot of not very careful play, and not the best decision making. ozRaved also takes Last Wish just to get that ammo and health. Picks up the Jackhammer, which will work, but not very good. Especially against those Guardian dogs, it's gonna be very wonky. And using Jackhammer against grunts is almost like asking for suicide. However, he does have Boiling Veins, so even if a grenade explodes on top of him, he will be fine. It's just that dealing with those guardian dogs with nothing but the jackhammer is not a very good situation to be in. He is dealing with the situation quite fine though. Let's see if he actually gets any better weapons on 7-2. Because these weapons are very bad for him right now. It will be very tough to kill Tron 1 with those. Though, again, he doesn't even need to kill Tron. Ooh, but the dog jumps on him. So, he dies in the same area as Cookie did. But which time though? Yeah, Cookie gets the first point. Cookie got to that area earlier than ozRaved did. So Cookie gets the first point of this match. Despite dying, ozRaved once again just didn't have the right weapons. I feel like he could have probably taken that round if he actually took the grenade shotgun. Because, again, as I said, having Jackhammer at that point of the game is just not it. It's just not the right thing to do. Considering that the Jackhammer is very bad against the Palace enemies. It does very little to no damage, honestly. And it's horrible against the Guardian Dogs as well. Despite it being melee and actually multi-hitting the dogs, it doesn't do that much damage at all. So I think the death was the mistake of the weapon choices. We are seeing double steroids, I'm pretty sure. Actually, I can't remember what character that is. What is that character? I think it's steroids? Yeah, this is steroids, so it's a double steroids matchup. Let's see who prevails. This is a very even setup right now for both of them. So the one who wins is pretty much the one who's better. They're pretty even in terms of damage, because they are the same character. We can already see different mutation choices though. ozRaved takes extra feet while Zhenka actually takes trigger fingers. I think either of the picks were fine, but extra feet was probably the smarter choice, considering that trigger fingers don't come in handy for steroids until very late into the run. But extra feet helps ozRaved continuously, and also saves a very fat chunk of time on the Tron 1 fight, because you can get to it faster. Oh, but Cookie dies on the big bandit fight, unfortunately. So he now has to restart and go back. ozRaved gets Throne Butt, which is going to be absolutely amazing for his steroid character. He does have an assault rifle and a revolver right now, which is a pretty good setup, especially for a Throne Butt. If he gets a second assault rifle, he will be pretty much set until labs, honestly. Oh, but he finds a crossbow, which is also equally as good, honestly. The crossbow is definitely better than the revolver right now. Clears out Crystal Caves like it's nothing. So this is a pretty good setup for ozRaved right now. Takes bolt marrow. Yep. I mean, completely justified. He does have that crossbow, so the bolt marrow is definitely going to help him. Cookie continues to take the same mutations. He's probably going to go the same mutation path as he did before. Perhaps he actually believes in that trigger pick. Though thus far, as we can see on ozRaved's run, there haven't really been any weapons that benefit from trigger fingers that much at all. Besides the crossbow, it's honestly just all simple weapons. Well, ozRaved manages to open the vault and does charge it and successfully enter it, which is very good. There's a pop gun inside of it. That's a skip in my opinion. But he takes the pop gun. Is he gonna go double bullets? Nope, doesn't seem like it. He takes the pop gun instead of the assault rifle, which is, I would say, very interesting. I almost can't even say that it's a bad pick. It just feels like a different setup. Because the pop gun technically has more fire rate, and you can spam down enemies easier with it. And it does actually have bigger DPS, I'm pretty sure, but it's just way more ammo consuming. It's faster. I would say it's faster, but not as careful. Not as safe. Ooh, but ozRaved barely dodges those bullets, oh my god. One of those golden tank bullets almost got him, and he is at 3 HP, so if he actually caught that bullet, he would have died. Cookie, however, is clearing out right now as well. does have that crossbow with the trigger fingers. ozRaved decides to go for the very risky pick of taking Eagle Eyes instead of Strong Spirit. However, we can see that he has that Seeker Shotgun, which may very well be the reason of him taking Eagle Eyes. Because even if you have both Marrow, Seeker Shotgun is completely garbage on steroids, but he dies. He actually doesn't notice the Expo Freak running into him. Or perhaps what could have happened is he was trusting into the bolt marrow Seeker Shotgun, which didn't actually kill the Expo Freak when it got to him. So ozRaved dies and is now way behind Cookie. So that's very interesting. Cookie is, however, in some very interesting situations right now on 5-2. Very wonky ones. But continues to survive with glory. We can see, however, that Cookie actually took a splinter gun instead of a crossbow, which is actually an objectively worse pick, pretty much, especially on steroids where you have absolute garbage accuracy. I'm pretty sure combined with all of the splinters hitting the enemy, the splinter gun actually does less damage than a crossbow bolt. That combined with the worse accuracy. Whoa, Cookie gets a scarier face, which I do not think I saw on ozRaved's side. Either that or he actually took Eagle Eyes instead of the scarier face, just so the Seeker Shotgun would actually work. And it's important to note that the Seeker Shotgun was actually cursed. So once he picked it up, he was pretty much admitted to it, so he kind of forced himself into taking both Marrow there. Or, sorry, Eagle Eyes. Ooh, Cookie gets exploded by Little Hunter a little bit. Goes very low on HP, but survives. The explosion just barely naps him. So he actually survives. But we can see that Cookie is sloppy, I would say. Sloppy and very safe play is actually letting ozRaved catch up. Because Cookie is going into the labs while ozRaved is already in Frozen City. It is a almost 3 level lead. Actually now it's a 2 level lead. But it does give you some insight on how good ozRaved is. He does die, he makes mistakes, but he is catching up. Even though he is in a major disadvantage right now. Cookie once again playing just insanely carefully, making sure not to mess up at all. Picks up that beanie gun, which is gonna be pretty wonky on steroids, but it's still better than the weapon that he had, which is, I think, was a pop gun. Yeah, it was a pop gun. A minigun without accuracy ups is definitely far better than pop gun on steroids. On any character, really. So technically, Cookie is now winning, actually. Because Cookie did actually get to the power 7-1, while ozRaved actually died in the labs, but Cookie dies. Cookie was just aiming completely mindlessly, shooting a Guardian, not even paying attention to what was below him. And the thing that was below him was a Guardian dog that just jumped on him out of the screen. Cookie didn't even see that dog, which is a fatal mistake. When you're in Palace, especially on a speedrun, you have to examine everything that is around you. You have to pay insane attention to what's happening in the level and not miss even a single dog, because as you can see, just a single dog can and will in fact end your run, just like what happened to Cookie. He didn't see that dog at all and it just jumped out of the screen and killed him instantly. So now that everything that ozRaved needs to do is just to get to 7-2, it should be relatively easy. He has a whopping 4 minutes to get further than Cookie, and considering the amount of time he has, he could go as slowly as he wants and it still win. However, I'm pretty sure ozRaved is indeed not stream sniping, so he might actually not know what situation he's in right now. The situation, of course, being that he's pretty much in a free win state right now without realizing it. Goes way back to pick up that Seeker Shotgun, just to be safe, because he is very low on bullets, so it is honestly a good play. especially considering the insane amounts of time he has to do everything that he needs to do. However, as we can see, that Seeker shotgun on steroids without accuracy up is just horrific. It shoots almost in a circle, a full circle honestly, which makes it very hard to hit enemies with. He just needs to play extremely carefully. And the last dog, and he finishes the dog. And so just like that, he wins this round. Barely wins it, I would say, because both of them died. Both of them died in pretty bad situations, so ozRaved takes that point, but he shouldn't overestimate how good he is right now. Because both of them died in very similar fashion. So it actually, I would almost say that it doesn't feel like a win in that round. Considering that at that point it was pretty much a free win for him. Oh, ozRaved seems to be taking plant, while Cookie is going to be taking ice. Okay, okay. A plant versus ice matchup. I would definitely say that plant is better. That plant skin though is very amazing. But yeah, as I was gonna say, plant is definitely far better than ice. But ozRaved overestimates his snare skills and actually gets him killed. Trying to melee the big bandit to enter the oasis. I would almost want to say that it was very cocky of him, honestly. He overestimated the power of his snare, and once again he died. I wanna say that he overuses his snare. It's almost like he wants to justify taking plant, which you don't need to do. Just by playing plant, you are already justifying it, because you have that constant speed up from plant, which constantly, no matter what you are doing, it saves you time. And he won't be able to enter Oasis once again. While Cookie is in Oasis, but doing some very questionable plays, which are overusing the wrench. Cookie was clearing out the whole Oasis just using the wrench alone, which is insanely slow. All he needed to do is just utilize the single pistol that he has. And just the revolver alone, you don't even need that much ammo. There's no point in saving ammo in Oasis when you just have a revolver. So all he needed to do is just clear the Oasis with a revolver. But instead of that, he was for some reason using the wrench. You can't even say that he was using it for defense, cause using the wrench in Oasis is frankly even more dangerous than just using a revolver. It's very slow, doesn't really save you any ammo, and it's very dangerous, so... Cookie took Bloodlust instead of Gamma Guts, which is honestly fine. I mean, he is taking some very safe mutations, just like ozRaved right now. Gamma Guts could have saved him a lot of time in Frozen City, especially if he found a scary face to kill the dogs with as well, and the snowboats. Especially as Eyes, actually, because Eyes kind of benefits more from Gamma Guts, because it's easier to pull enemies into yourself with Gamma Guts. It's also important to know that there was Bolt Marrow. Wait, Cookie? Hello? Cookie is skipping the first triple machine gun, but another triple machine gun drops from the chest. He takes Recycle Gland, and now he will probably be taking the triple machine gun. Okay, yes. It's just very surprising and interesting that he didn't take the triple machine gun once it dropped the first time. ozRaved takes shotgun shoulders. What? He takes shotgun shoulders, so he will actually not have Recycle Gland for his triple machine gun anymore. He does still have Rabbit Paw for it, but the lack of those Recycle Glands might actually cost him a lot in here. I'm just surprised he even took Shotgun Shoulders, because in a speedrun, and in general, Shotgun Shoulders are just useless. It almost felt like a meme pick, honestly. And also got some Labyrinthed. went just straight for the canister, thinking that the lava was already cleared out, but it wasn't. Both of them are on the Frozen City level right now, so pretty even, but I'm pretty sure Cookie is actually one level ahead, and Cookie finds a minigun. So the minigun with Recycle Gland and Rabbit Paw is going to be huge for Cookie as long as he manages to play safe and survives. Wait, but Cookie actually destroys the vault instead of going in and charging it with the tanks that were around it. And there were already some rats in the vault, so all he needed to do is just come out and kill those couple of enemies that were around it to enter it. But he ended up not doing so. Well, we can see some pretty big brain plays from ozRaved. That is, not taking Scary Face instead of Thronebot. Because Thronebot is actually better than Scary Face, technically. You could say that Scary Face is more comfortable because it's in effect always, but Thronebot is 13% better than Scary Face. Because Thronebot finishes enemies that have less than 33% health, while Scary Face just takes away 20% health of all enemies. So in terms of speed, Thronebot is technically better, you just need to utilize your snares. Cookie finishes the little hunter fight, while ozRaved is just about to get into it, however with much worse weapons. Cookie cleared out 5-2 fully because Cookie couldn't get into the vault, and that was the only reason he actually got the minigun. And because ozRaved actually did manage to enter the vault, he did not get the same minigun. So Cookie is in a very good situation right now, being a little hunter fight ahead of ozRaved, having much better weapons and especially mutations. Overall, just Cookie's setup right now is very, very solid. ozRaved also finishes the little hunter fight, but Cookie is already going over into the labs with very confident weapons, honestly. Takes the laser cannon, but frankly it shouldn't be that useful for him. Right now, all he needs to do is just utilize his minigun to the maximum. He does have Rabbit Paw and Glance, so he could, you could almost say, infinitely spam minigun. As long as he picks up a pickup or two, he will be on infinite ammo. But he continues to, for some reason, utilize his laser cannon instead, which is it is slower for him right now. And he doesn't really need to save the ammo on the minigun, because again, he does have the Rabbit Paw and Recycle Glance. So using the laser cannon there was actually wasting time. Oh, but left an enemy somewhere in the spawn intersection. Yep. There are two fish in the spawn, which made him go back all the way, which wasted him a lot of time. Takes Splitto, which is fair. I mean, he almost took Long Arms, I'm pretty sure, which would have been very scary, because that's a useless pick for him right now. And they're actually pretty much tied. After Cookie had to go all the way back to spawn and wasted a lot of time due to that, he lost a lot of time, which gave ozRaved the advantage and gave him the possibility to actually catch up, which he is doing right now. As we can see, they're pretty much tied. Cookie technically is still slightly ahead, but ozRaved could definitely take this back, although he does have much worse weapons. Yep. Actually, if we look into IGT time, if you look into the in-game time, ozRaved is actually a whole 50 seconds ahead of Cookie. But that is honestly not saying much, because I think both of them have indeed died. So if Cookie finishes first, it's his win. Even despite ozRaved having a much faster in-game time. No, but Cookie ends up going for the rat canister. Who's it? Oh no! But ozRaved, as planned with Thronebot, actually finds a hyper rifle. And that and also Cookie wastes more time deciding on the weapons to take. So ozRaved, with the advantage of plant speed, gets to the Throne 1 faster, with the advantage of not having to think at all and not decide on weapons because of the hyper rifle. He also gets to the Throne 1 faster, and he has a bigger damage up, you could say, because it's 33% on Throne Bot, and he also has a much better weapon combined with stress. A couple of energy sword swings and the Throne will be dead. Just like that. He takes this point. Incredible. Amazing luck at the end there for ozRaved, as well as just, I don't know, just better playing, honestly. Cookie wasn't paying that much attention in the labs, which cost him a lot of time. While ozRaved was actually paying the attention, and he also got extra lucky by getting that hyper rifle. And his character was also just basically faster. Let's see. So we are actually getting into the captain runs, I'm pretty sure. Actually, wait. Are we? Wait, let me check. Yeah, we are. This is the 4th round. So this is the first captain run. Oh my god, that ice skin. It's just amazing. It's glorious. Ooh, interesting. So it seems like it's going to be Ice against YV, which is a very uneven matchup, if you will. YV is just that much better than Ice. Ice does have a slight speed advantage compared to something like, for example, I don't know, who is the most useless speedrun character? Ice does definitely have something going for him. By utilizing the telekinesis, he can actually lure enemies faster to him and kill them easier. Wait, but Cookie is full clearing. Cookie isn't going to Oasis. Wait a second. Cookie is actually deciding to full clear, which will be the killer of this round, possibly. See, it mostly depends on whether ozRaved dies or not, because in the first match today, for those who were watching, there was a situation like this. The other player actually decided to full clear while the other player was going for the Oasis skip, and the player who actually full cleared ended up winning because the player who did the Oasis skip died and let the full clear player catch up and beat him. So the strat like this is mostly gambling. If you are deciding on full clearing, you absolutely, completely gamble on your opponent dying, which is not a thing you want to do. If anything, gambling and just preying on luck is definitely the thing you want to, the thing you least want to do. So we can see that ozRaved is just so far ahead of him right now. ozRaved doing some big brain strats, but they aren't working for him. Trying to shoot through the corner. As long as ozRaved, like, right now, ozRaved is honestly in a very, very good situation. Because if he would be stream sniping, he would know that he has a free win right now. It's as simple as that. If I'm playing in a match, in my 5th match, well, on the 5th, and if I see that my opponent is going for the full clear, which I doubt, people are probably not gonna do that against me, I'm just saying. But if I would see that the other opponent is going for a full clear, I would just sit back and play carefully. fast, but carefully. The thing is, if you don't even play fast while you go to Oasis, you still finish faster than the person who rushed through the full game. The Oasis laid back playthrough is faster than the full clear rushed playthrough. So if you're in a position where you know that your opponent is actually full clearing and you're doing the Oasis skip, you pretty much have a free win. As long as you play carefully. Obviously you don't want to play so careful that you stand behind every corner for 5 minutes, but that's a given. Yeah, that pick for ozRaved was very bad. He ended up taking Boiling Veins, which is honestly pretty fair. None of those picks were really that good at all. And he's already killing Little Hunter. As I can see, he actually didn't manage to get into the vault, so he doesn't have Crown of Curses, which is mostly fine. For now, he actually has a pretty good setup, which is extra feet and triple machine gun with the recycle gun. That's pretty good for him, honestly. Wait, but ozRaved died? Wait, how did he die? I wasn't watching. Shit. Wait a second. Oh no. How did he die? The madman. He actually died. Oh, it was just a snowball going into his face. See, he did actually have a pretty good setup. It was just that the setup didn't have a pretty good player. Every time as you actually enter a corner in Frozen City, you always have to shoot if you see a snowbot. It doesn't matter how low on ammo you are. If you are entering a corner, you must shoot if you see a snowbot. It's very important, and that is why he actually died. You play tomorrow? I practiced a total of like 10 minutes? Nice. Nice second. I hope you win, Epic. I'm rooting for you. ozRaved takes Laser Brain. That's actually a different pick from the last time. Which is interesting, especially considering that he already knows that he is going to get the triple machine gun, but he's still taking Laser Brain instead of Recycle Gland. It's a very interesting pick for sure. And just with that dev that ozRaved got, Cookie is now actually ahead. And Cookie will have the advantage of better weapons on YV as well. And he gets a laser minigun with the Laser Brain and skips it? Wait, what? He does have an auto bow and an auto shotgun. That laser minigun instead of the auto shotgun is almost like an intuitive change, but he's not taking it for some reason. It almost feels like the rightest thing to do. And those trigger fingers as well. But he ends up going for a Throne Butt, which is, I mean, Throne Butt is very good on YV on speedruns, but then again, the trigger fingers could end up being more useful for them, I feel like. So you said Kibelian is better than the noob, but not super good, right? So basically I should only lose if I potato. Yeah, exactly, but you did potato last time against some noobs as well, so... Yeah, wait, this is really weird, because ozRaved does get the triple machine gun, just like the last time, but except this time it's way worse, because he doesn't have those recycle glands that he had last time. This time he has Laser Brain, which he doesn't even have a weapon for. There is a laser pistol, but it's not very good at this point. Just having that recycle gland on the triple machine gun would have been so much better. And Cookie actually has himself an insane setup right now. The auto crossbow as well as the heavy grenade launcher. Oh, but he misses the Brap Pepper Hands. And he misses it again. Oh no. And he misses it again. Oh no. The Braps have been unforgiving today. Oh wait, no, he actually has Boiling Veins, so that wasn't Monkey. But that explosion was way too close to him. If he didn't have Boiling Veins, I would honestly shit my pants, because oh my god. That was very scary. I was honestly about to go Pogue mode until I noticed the Boiling Veins that he has. ozRaved is having a pretty tough situation with Little Hunter right now. Little Hunter just doesn't let him go out. Okay, Little Hunter jumps into the spawn, but just made the fight 5 times easier. And he finishes the Little Hunter just like that. However, once again, we can actually see that ozRaved is somehow managing to catch up. It's actually insane because Cookie is doing a full clear. ozRaved even died on his run, on his Oasis skip run, and he is still managing to catch up to Cookie, who has much better weapons and better mutations as well. Or better to say that he has more mutations than ozRaved. But ozRaved is still managing to catch up. He actually killed Little Hunter at the same time as Cookie did, pretty much. And now he enters the labs with a cursed plasma gun with that laser brain. That's actually going to be pretty good for him. I would honestly take the assault slugger instead of the triple machine gun at this point, because the plasma rifle would do the labs just fine, honestly. And the assault slugger would do Palace flawlessly as well. Cookie is clearing out the labs, missing out on some fish freaks. Oh no, the labyrinth labs are unforgiving. And so ozRaved, just like that, he actually takes the lead right now. ozRaved is now actually surprisingly ahead, even after dying in the middle of the run against the person who was already pretty much at his spot. Just 2 areas behind, he actually managed to catch up and now he's in the lead, which is just insane, honestly. Yeah, this is a captain run right now. Yep, Assault Slugger is not here for speedruns. Indeed. And just like that, ozRaved continues to take the lead more and more. First it was just a couple of seconds, and now it's in the 2 digits of seconds. Why do some of them not do Oasis? I don't know. I frankly just absolutely do not know. It's like, it's some kind of a really weird strat, just, I guess, praying that your opponent dies and you will win because of the better weapons, but that is honestly so risky and kind of just dumb. I don't know. I can't justify it. I think it's honestly a very bad strat, and I'm surprised a lot of people are doing it. Not just one player, not just 2, but I've already seen, I'm pretty sure 3 people do that strat. Which is just weird as hell. And just like that, ozRaved is already getting to the throne fight, and he also has the extra feed to make the lead even bigger. Cookie does have better weapons though, for killing throne technically, especially with drop. But ozRaved starts the fight just so much faster than Cookie does. Let's see what's going to win. The better weapon setup, or just getting to the throne faster. Cookie is going slower than I do on a normal run with Cove. This is so sad. I know, right? It's just so weird. It's not something that you would expect to happen, honestly. It's just so weird to see people go full clearing. And just like that, ozRaved is actually taking the lead. Despite the worst weapon setup, he is actually going far ahead right now. Shotgun shoulders for the auto shotgun. I would have probably taken something else, honestly. Because that auto shotgun is going to be long overdue, in need of change. Oh, but he got some very unlucky situations with those shielders, so he actually started the Throne 2 fight quite late. So Cookie actually does have a chance to come back. And Cookie also has the bolt marrow for his auto bow. And is much better on health than ozRaved. ozRaved is in a pretty scary situation now. But he's coming back. And Cookie with that Brop heavy grenade launcher is demolishing Throne 2. And Cookie does finish the Throne 2 fight actually faster than ozRaved. The lead is going back to ozRaved and Cookie every now and then. It's honestly crazy. I wasn't expecting the matches to be this close. So they're kind of tied, but also Cookie is in the lead. Especially with that auto crossbow with the bolt marrow. Cookie does kind of have an advantage. And just like that, he already entered the headquarters. Wait, but he has business. Oh no, just leave, leave. No. Oh no. Cookie. Cookie. You are making a grave mistake right now. Yeah. He loses. Oh no. I completely forgot about this. What are you thinking about, Cookie? Just leave now. And now he's on 1-2, and he will not be able to enter the headquarters, so ozRaved automatically wins, because he got further into the headquarters, or even better to say, he actually got into the headquarters, because Cookie did not. And just like that, ozRaved wins by default. And just as Jenko was actually getting the lead back, he lost because of YV. That honestly fucking sucks. I can't even blame Cookie for that. You could say that Cookie could have been avoiding rats, but why does this bug exist to begin with? See, it's just stupid. Damn, that is very unfortunate. I feel really bad for Cookie right now. That is honestly so sad. I just don't have anything to say, honestly. It's a point for ozRaved, but if I was in ozRaved's situation, I mean, I'm a pretty cheesy person, so I would honestly be pretty happy. But then at the same time, if you're an actual good person, you would probably feel bad about getting that point. That is just so sad. Then again, you could say that Cookie actually wouldn't have gotten Ultra if he went for Oasis. It's crazy that he actually almost won by full clearing. Okay, the new round has started. It is Fish against Crystal. Interesting matchup. Pretty solid, honestly. However, I think if I was ozRaved, I would have... yeah, it is still a captain run, actually. So it makes sense that he's going Fish and not Horror. If by any chance he actually loses... Wait. No, Cookie full clears again. Cookie ends up going for the full clear once again. For some otherworldly reason. And it's crazy because... I've been seeing this for, what? How long has this match been going for? Almost an hour, probably. I've been seeing this for almost an hour, but going for the full clear is almost like instantly winning. But every time, Cookie almost manages to win, but not quite. Why don't people take Throne Bot on Fish on speedruns? People actually do. A couple of people yesterday, I'm pretty sure, took... I know that one person definitely took Throne Bot on Fish yesterday. And it was a fight between Tronbot Fish and Tronbot Crystal. I can't remember who won though. I'm pretty sure Fish won. Impact Wrist and Scary Face. Very nice setup. I actually did not notice what was in the Impact Wrist pick. But then again, the Impact Wrists are actually justified on a Captain speedrun. Because they let you spawn in the van on 1-1 way faster. You just shoot a couple of maggots and suddenly the van already spawns. So... ozRaved is now clearing out the crystal caves, while Cookie's in servers. I honestly don't have anything to say. It's just very weird. ozRaved... What? ozRaved takes Rhino Skin instead of Spirit? Wait... What? Isn't it almost... Spirit is pretty much objectively better than Rhino Skin. I mean, it's kind of weird that he actually took Rhino instead of Spirit. Cookie did also take... actually took Spirit. instead of the Rhino skin. But then again, taking Rhino skin for Cookie would have been definitely overkill and stupid, because he already has the bonus 2 HP from Crystal. And having bonus 4 HP on Crystal instead of actually having Strong Spirit would have just been a very dumb decision. Because that 4 HP actually helps ozRaved, but I feel like it doesn't help him as much as Strong Spirit would have. Also, this actually goes against all odds. Because earlier, before this match started, I said that I thought that ozRaved was an amazing player, because he was actually commentating the matches with Neonomi, and Neonomi usually only lets pretty experienced players into the commentary room. But he actually ended up being worse than I expected. He actually is pretty good. I mean, he's winning this match, that's for sure, but he isn't as good as I expected him to be. Cookie takes long arms instead of trigger fingers. What? Cookie, what are you doing? Cookie takes long arms instead of trigger fingers. In this point of the game? What's the point? I mean, it is a captain run, so getting melee on captain is very good, because you can reflect the boss for massive amounts of damage. But taking it so early, with no sign of melee weapons at all, especially considering that the trigger fingers would have been so much better for him right now, especially in the crystal case with the slugger, but he takes long arms. What? ozRaved, however, has a heavy grenade launcher right now, ends up skipping the heavy machine gun and keeps the assault rifle, which, I mean, I would have also done, honestly, because I wouldn't want my cursed weapon to be a heavy machine gun going into a captain. I do feel like you could definitely get a better weapon right now instead of that heavy machine gun, so not taking it is honestly the right decision right now. I can and do agree with that. While ozRaved is clearing those labs, Cookie is still in Crystal Caves. Actually already in Frozen City, but damn. So sad. Cookie takes Laser Brain. Yeah, that's pretty good. ozRaved, it's a choice between Boiling Veins and Laser Brain, and he does take Boiling Veins. He does have the grenade launcher, the heavy grenade launcher, but then again, it's not really that dangerous. Again, it's a very safe explosive weapon compared to a lot of the other ones. But then again, he doesn't have any good laser weapons yet, and there's no guarantee that he will get them. So taking the Boiling Veins to help you with a weapon that you already have that benefits from them is honestly a pretty solid decision. And what is the... Oh, he almost opened that chest, and now I'm in suspense. I want to find out what's in that chest. Ah, is it a plasma rifle? Yep, it is a plasma rifle. So if he would have actually gotten plasma, if he would have actually taken the laser brain there, that would have been much better for him right now than that plasma, than those Boiling Veins. Yeah, that was a mispick, but not a mispick that you can judge him for, because he never knew that he would get that plasma rifle. So taking the Boiling Veins was honestly a very safe pick, and mostly justified. So you can't even blame him for it, even though it was in the end the worst pick. Finds an energy hammer with long arms. Is he gonna take it? Oh, he isn't. Oh, almost kind of bummed out by it, but then again, taking it would have been definitely dangerous and very risky. But it would have been pretty epic if he actually took it. Cookie just finished the little hunter fight while ozRaved is already killing Throne 1. Very insane lead right now by ozRaved. Mainly just because Cookie once again went full clearing. Just imagine what this round right now would have been if Cookie didn't go full clearing. But then again, imagine if ozRaved dies right now. And Cookie will have 5 minutes to outrun ozRaved. And considering that he has more mutations, technically better weapons right now, he could actually outrun ozRaved and take this point. But it, as I said again, it just depends on whether the opponent dies or not. Yep, both of the players take trigger fingers in that set. ozRaved gets the guitar for his long arms with scary face, pretty good, and trigger fingers as well. Very solid. If I was ozRaved explodes himself on a cactus. It's a oh, forget everything that I said about being the wrong pick. If he didn't pick Boiling Veins earlier, he would have actually died here. And he would have most likely lost it here. So, yeah, in the end, Boiling Veins was the right decision. What he should have probably done at this point is just hot swapped Heavy Grenade Launcher to kill Throne 2 as fast as possible, then finish him with the half bolts that he has remaining. But he decided to not do so. It's really interesting because a lot of players so far in this tournament haven't really been hot swapping at all, really. It's not that they haven't been hot swapping immensely. I think I only saw like 1 or 2 people in all of the matches that have happened so far actually utilize hot swapping, which is crazy because it's such an important part of speedrunning this game. Get Rabbit Paw, sure. Rabbit Paw is pretty nice. But he's already in headquarters. If he kills Captain right now, he will win this. And Cookie at this point is in a very safe situation, so he's probably not gonna die to award ozRaved his win, but we'll just have to see. It's either that ozRaved dies and Cookie can actually catch up, or is that Cookie actually dies and ozRaved wins by default. But so far it doesn't seem like ozRaved wants to die. Is this the last competition of the day? It is. Yep, it's the last match, I'm pretty sure. Let me double check. Yeah, it is the last one. And tomorrow the first match is gonna be epic. Get it? It's gonna be an epic match because epic is gonna be in the first match. I'll probably restream with you tomorrow after my match. Oh, nice. Yeah, it would be nice to have another commentator. We commentated the first match with Tricklin, but Tricklin had to go for this match, fortunately, so I'm commentating alone. Comedy by wonders. And ozRaved takes his sweet time to clear that second level headquarters, which is the right thing to do right now. And he gets to Captain. Now he just needs to kill her. Captain doing some shenanigans, scaring the shit out of ozRaved. Very monkey situation if I say so myself. Oh, that Captain is confusing him a little bit. Ooh, Cookie Heaver. Oh, Cookie almost died there. Cookie's in a pretty bad situation right now. Didn't manage to kill. Okay, barely managed to kill Throne 1. But ozRaved should be finishing it up already. The Captain should be on very low health right now, but he catches the last shots, not timing his guitar properly. Swinging his guitar out of sync with the Captain shots, so he dies on Captain. He actually does not win yet. Cookie has the chance to catch up. Cookie has a whopping 5 minutes to get to Captain now and kill Captain. Wow. That is not something that I expected at that point. It's very depressing because Captain was actually like 1 or 2 shots away from death as well. Oh god. Oh. I just like playing at normal speed and don't die while I beat Kibarian. As long as you go to aces, yes. Probably. I would say. But then again, but Cookie dies on 1-1, not managing to enter the ban. So ozRaved wins in this match. with almost a clear dry victory, 4-1. Basically dominated Cookie, but then again, one of those points weren't really that fair because of the YV mansion bug, and a lot of those points were actually really close. So even despite the fact that ozRaved won 4-1 to Cookie, Cookie also did a pretty great job. The fact that Cookie actually went full clearing each time, I mean, it was the wrong decision, but the fact that he almost won in all of those times because ozRaved continued to die, it was pretty amazing, let's be fair. That was pretty amazing.